Alright, how are we all doing? It is Sunday afternoon. I'm in the basement. Was thinking about this project for a while. Thought I'd do a video on coin cleaning. And it's Sunday. We've got the tropical storm Henri heading towards New England, but really doesn't seem all that bad. Hopefully we don't lose power right now, but I think we'll be okay. Now, a quick word on coin cleaning. The first recommendation, don't clean your coins, especially if you have numismatic coins, or if you think that coin has any particular value, sentimental value. I mean, usually a good rule of thumb, if it's an older coin, don't clean it. The only ones I'm going to be cleaning today are pretty much all bullion, and they're all silver. They were all left out in the open air here in my basement or upstairs, and you know what? They just get tarnished. Particulates in the air, the atmosphere, sulfur. Sometimes toning can look good, sometimes doesn't. Most of these, I'd say, don't look too good with their particular toning. This one's pretty gnarly. Maybe I won't clean this one, just because such a strong toning on this coin. And I know some of you will probably complain I have long nails, but yeah, I've just been kind of lazy. I meant to clip those today, but excuse that, if you will. I was going to show you. This is an example of a poorly cleaned coin. What you shouldn't do. Again, if it's an older coin, don't clean it. This is one I picked up off of eBay. It's copper, but it looks like somebody took the Brasso polish, or like a copper cleaning rag, and they went to town on it, and it just looks terrible. Maybe in like a couple hundred years with patina, that would even out, but you can just see where it was polished. A copper coin should look nice and brown, and you can say the same usually about a silver coin. If it's an older coin, it should have a darker patina generally. What else? Oh, milk spots. I'll just say quickly. Generally, milk spots will not come off really, no matter what you do. Although I found this jeweler's rag on eBay. It's like a two-sided cotton, I guess, rag, and on the inside, it's got a certain cloth that has an application, just like a light jeweler's rouge. And I found that can actually remove some milk spots. Just depends. If it's like a milk spot on a Philharmonic, and if it's like a nice polished coin, sometimes it'll come off no problem at all. Sometimes the milk spots are on there pretty well affixed, and you can't scrub them off. But that's another thing. I mean, you're going to leave, no matter what you do on something like that, you're going to leave little micro scratches. But if it's a bullion piece with a huge ugly milk spot, sometimes it's better to, just for your OCD, you can clean it off with the little rag or whatever. Anyways, today we're going to try to use the baking soda, hot water, and tinfoil method. So we'll give this a shot here. I got all the tools lined up, and we'll give it a whirl. I don't know if I can fit all these in here. I should have tried to probably find a larger container for the coins, but so what I'm going to do, we'll just start putting them in here, and then we'll put a little baking soda on the bottom. All right. Now the other thing too, I think sometimes when you pour in the water, it might be a poisonous gas. I wouldn't suggest breathing this in, and you probably want to do this in a well-ventilated area. I mean, you're not making like chlorine gas, mustard gas, or anything, but yeah, exercise a little caution, wash your hands. I don't think it's healthy to be breathing or taking this in your system. Boy, yeah, a lot of dirty coins in here. We'll put this one aside. I won't clean that one. Maybe I won't clean, this is a nice looking bar. Maybe I won't clean this one either. leave that aside for now. This is a nice one. It's Dragon, but just has some ugly, not milk spot, ugly toning on it. Get down there. This one looks pretty horrific, the toning. I'll show you again, but pretty much all of these, they just had some bad toning. Even that painted American Silver Eagle, really ugly toning. Some of them not quite so bad, some of them are pretty bad. A lot of them just have that kind of green dingy tone. I'm not a fan of, so we'll try to clean them, see what happens. Now, I've done this before, I know it usually works pretty well. Now 90% coinage will generally work just fine, or even like 80% Canadian. But one thing I have found, if you're trying to clean 50% coinage, like old British junk or Australian, or sometimes even 70%, it's a little bit finicky. But the lower purity silver doesn't necessarily clean as well, because here's the thing. A lot of those coins will have a high copper content, and it depends. I mean, I don't think they're all 50% copper, 50% silver, but copper has a very strange reaction in the baking soda where it kind of turns green itself. Or, yeah, it definitely it kind of tarnishes up. So what happens, you get kind of a reverse effect where you're not making any progress. Sometimes you can add toning to the silver and it'll look even worse if there's like a high copper content. So yeah, unfortunately, if it's 50% silver, this might not work. And it could make it look worse. Sometimes it might work, sometimes it won't. Little word of warning there. I think this will work pretty good, except for the fact that I didn't really get water that was too hot. Normally I'll heat up some water in a tea kettle. This was just hot tap water, so it's not too hot. And actually it's been cooling off, probably just stocking. So that's the other thing. I think generally you want the water to be pretty hot. Doesn't have to be like boiling hot, but I think that does usually improve the efficacy, the effectiveness of it. This one's pretty clean as is. You know, it's a funny thing about silver too, if it's like a pocket piece, I've noticed they don't really tarnish. So whatever it is, like your hands, the oils on your hands, touching a pocket piece constantly, you could leave that one in the open air, and then it's the brand new silver, you know, the virgin silver and the fresh air, that'll tarnish immediately, but your pocket piece, usually it won't tarnish at all. Silver is an interesting animal, the way it works. But alright, let's give this a shot. Wow, there's a lot of coins in there. Put some more baking. We'll put all this baking soda, I think, in here. So that's a lot of coins. Actually, I might add some more tin foil too, now that I'm thinking about it, because the tin foil is an important part of the reaction. So I think I will find a way to do that. Here, I brought some extra tin foil. See if we can sneak a few small little pieces in there. I should have done this earlier, probably. I guess we'll just break it up a little. Throw it on top. What are you going to do? Yeah, because the tin foil is an important part of the reaction, and the more silver you have in there, the more taxing it will be on the tin foil. The tin foil will kind of absorb the tarnishing, and you need more purified, clean tin foil to absorb part of that reaction. I'm just talking out my ass. I don't really know too much about the science. But this should be fun. Should be interesting. See what happens. Alright, looking good. We're looking good. Add a little more baking soda. It's a lot of baking soda. I've never cleaned this many coins at once. Usually I'll do a couple one at a time here, you know. This is like probably 25, 30 ounces in there, silver. It's probably a little too much. But let's give it a whirl now. pour that stuff in. Alright, watch and see, folks. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully I don't spill too much of this. Uh-oh, that water was not very hot, unfortunately. Did not do a good job on that. Alright, well, hopefully it works. You can let that sit a while. Now the other thing you want to avoid, yeah, that water was not hot enough. I don't think that was a lot of baking soda I put in there too. Boy, that, wow. I think I overdid on the baking soda. Now you can kind of lightly do this. Otherwise, you got to be careful to scratching the coins, because the baking soda, I mean, you can rub the baking soda over a coin if it's like a mix of baking soda and water paste, and that'll clean, you know, any tarnish off immediately. It'll do a great job, but it'll also scratch the coin, causing micro scratches. What we're trying to avoid here is causing micro scratches. Now normally if you did this correctly, you'd be seeing a lot of smoke coming up from the baking soda, but damn, I think I blew it. I should have used, wow, that water's barely lukewarm. I think that's the problem. Supposed to be using hot water. Well, I might have blown it. I might have to redo this whole thing. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I got some cleaning water here. Can use that to try to clean them slightly. I can't believe that. Hopefully it worked. Let's just look at, boy, oh boy. See, this is way too much baking soda. It's not really coming clean though either. Let's see what happened here. This water was too soapy. I barely added any soap in there. Look what happened. No, I'm not in love with that clean level of cleanliness. So, fudge. Not good. Not good. Well, let's check some of the other ones. This one looks pretty clean. Alright. That one looks okay. Maybe it is working. Yeah, I think ideally you want the water to be pretty hot. Oh, this one. Boy, oh boy. It's got way too much baking soda on it, because that'll scratch up easily. But, and sometimes the toning, you know, once it's been sitting in here, the toning will rub right off in the soapy water. Just, again, you gotta be careful with it all. Not too pleased with that, actually. This side was already clean. Now it looks really clean. But this side did not come out good enough. Some of these, it looks like it worked. But, only partially. Should have done a better job. Let me look at one. I'll find one that I know is really dirty and just take a look at one here. Like this koala. I know that one was really dirty. I mean, it's probably a little better than it was, but not spectacular. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the video in a minute, and I'm just going to add some hotter water in here. And then, but this is how you do it. That's how you can well clean your coins. Now I know this one was really bad, this painted one. But let's dip it. Careful not to scrub the baking soda onto the coins. You want to just get that baking soda lightly removed. I think this one will be the moment of truth. Yeah, I think it worked partially, but it could have worked better with hotter water. So when you try this, try to get some hotter water. And again, this is mostly for bullion coins, but I'll try to, I'll redo the hot water and I'll probably put some before and after pictures, but it does work. You can also get coin dips if you look on like eBay or Amazon or possibly your local coin store. Again, you don't want to clean any coin that's numismatic, like an old Morgan dollar, or even a collectible coin. But for a bullion coin, if it's just tarnished all to hell, they just tend to look a little better if you clean them. And what you can see here does look a little better. The obverse and the reverse doesn't look perfect, but it was a lot greener. But I'm going to redo the water. Alright, talk to you later.